Okay, so we're down to day 3 of my 30-day talk to the camera challenge. A little bit late. I've missed 2 days getting the house prepped for the winter storm. Um, but today's topic, according to my list, is I'm supposed to talk about something that is something funny about me or something that's interesting. The only thing I can think of, it's a little out of season, is basically I talk to dead people, and it's not what you think. I don't talk one on one. I just see weird things, or I have seen weird things throughout my life. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna tell you maybe 2 or 3 stories of stuff that's happened to me, which I find odd and somewhat unexplainable. I can say that if you saw my first 2 videos, I'm gonna change the subject a little bit here. Everything's a little bit different. The last 2 days I've also been spending just rearranging the office and moving from the loft to, well, the loft area or upstairs landing, whatever you want to call it, to one of the bedrooms. It's a little bit easier to talk to a camera when no one's listening to you outside. But anyway, back to the stories. So the first thing that ever happened to me that I can remember, and this is something that was told to me, that it's not something that I actually remember happening, is my parents told me that when I was little, maybe 4 or 5 or something like that, that I came up to them and told them that Papa Grande, which is what I used to call my grandfather, my dad's dad, was coming for Christmas. And they were all freaked out because he died when my dad was young. I never met the man. But anyway, so the story is that I told them that he was coming down for Christmas, and they asked me, like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And I said, yeah, I talked to him at the foot of the stairs. And now the weird thing is that we had a 1-story house. Um, so as time went on, they were trying to find, my parents started contacting family, trying to find pictures of my grandfather, because there were none that we had, or anybody within the city, within our like tight family, or the folks that lived in the same city as us. So they finally found a cousin or an aunt or something like that that sent us a picture, and they put it on a shelf in the house. A couple of days later, my mom says that I was walking by the shelf, and I looked at the thing and said, yeah, that's Papa Grande. He's the one that's coming for Christmas. Take it as you may. It's something weird that I was told happened to me. Um, they never told me that anything else happened. It's just kind of spooky to me. As I grew older, living on the border between Brownsville and Matamoros, it's an area full of history and a lot of stuff that happened there. We had Fort Brown that was involved in I forgot what year, 1812 or something like that, the Mexican-American War. So a lot of things going on in that area. And I remember that I would hear, living with my grandparents on the Mexican side of the border, I would hear voices, people talking, and there'd be nobody there. One of the incidents that I remember as a little kid, and this is the one that's freaked me out the most, is that I woke up in the middle of the night because the dogs were barking. And the way the bedroom was laid out was that the one whole wall was a window. And it wasn't like a plane, like a glass plane, I forgot how you call them. It was a window that had like slits. So, I mean, you pulled the lever and they opened and closed. So, but it never really sealed tightly, so you could hear everything that was going on outside. So when the dog started barking, I looked over my bed the headboard used to hit that wall or the window. So I looked up, and I looked down, and I saw a gentleman, or I saw a man playing with the dogs. And what was weird about it didn't look like a man. It was someone very, very short, long, fiery red hair. Think of one of the dwarves in what's the movie that was the one with the ring, Lord of the Rings. But when he, because it was he looked up at me, he let out this malevolent laugh. The stuff you hear in movies, it really creeps you out. At that point, it still sends the shivers through me. Being a little kid, I just slid down, covered myself up, passed out praying, just went to sleep. And that's the last thing that I remember happening in my grandparents' house. But as I grew up and living on my own, really weird stuff would happen to me. I would hear, I would get the lights turned on and off, and yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, there's a short on the switch." No, I mean, no, I don't know what it was, but I could actually hear the wall switch go up and down, like click, and then it'll turn on, or click, and it'll turn off. And we actually, a couple of friends of mine and myself, we rented a house. And that was really freaky because it wasn't just me; it was everybody that went to the house saw something. On the first night that we moved in, we did like a little party, and we were all sitting. We all had dinner right in the living room. It was kind of like a buffet style thing. Cleaned everything up, and so someone left a dip with a spoon, and everybody, we all went into the living room with our drinks, and then we just sat down. And it was I know what you're gonna say. You all were messed up and drunk. Like, no, nobody had done anything. The night just started. So we went and sat in the living room, and all of a sudden you hear clink, 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 clink. I was like, okay. So we all rushed into the dining room area, and the spoon was on the other side of the table. So me being smartass, grabbed the spoon, put it back in the dip, and challenged whatever it was. I was like, okay, we're here. Move the spoon. I want to see the spoon move. What happened? Nothing. We all went to the living room, and we all started hearing the clink, 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 clink. The spoon was on the other side of the table. At that point, everybody just kind of ran away. The party ended. Everybody went home. Um, yeah, that's the one. That's the same house where I would ask to be woken up at a certain time, and I would hear the banging on the top of on the wall on top of my head. It happened twice. I said I need to wake up at 7. At 7 o'clock, bang, 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 wake up. So next day I said I need to wake up at 7:30. Bang, 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 bang again. Needless to say, we moved out of that house. I think we were there maybe about 3 months, and that was it. Then, yeah, man, that's some of the weird stuff. I mean, there's a lot more stories. There's a whole bunch more stories that I could go into. But like I said, this is a short video. We've just and trying to get comfortable with the camera. I'm a little bit more comfortable, a little less. It's yeah, that's all I can say right now. I'm a little bit more comfortable doing this, especially in an enclosed room, knowing that no one else can hear what I'm saying until I actually publish the video. But if you made it through the entire video, thank you for being here. Yeah, go down to the comments if you're seeing this. Share some of your stories with me. I'd love to hear them. I love the scary spooky stuff. I'll see you tomorrow.